The president of Unifor, one of the largest unions in Canada, is reacting to the news, stating the president declared economic war on Canadian workers and our country. There is no turning back. No one should let their guard down at this 30-day pause on the tariffs. As a country, we must use the days ahead to continue to bring Canadians together, to plan for a potential trade war, and to use every single available lever to build a strong, resilient, and diverse economy. Let's bring in the national president of Unifor, Lana Payne. She joins us from Toronto this evening. Thank you for joining us again here on Canada Tonight, Lana. In your view, how should Canada take advantage of this pause to improve its trade strategy moving forward?
Oh, well, there are a number of things that we can do, but I would say first, Dwight, congratulations to Canadians tonight. It was them, obviously, the momentum that they created, the understanding that they had on Saturday of the serious moment that we were in, and the fact that Canada had a tough position pushing back, a list of trade retaliatory tariffs that we are willing to go through with, and a dollar for dollar approach in that regard, which I think is critically important. So, we got to this place, but honestly, I'm not breathing a sigh of relief. We have been facing the threat of tariffs now for many, many weeks, in fact, a lot longer. And the reality is that these threats are damaging to our economy and harmful to workers as well, because they will eventually impact the kind of investment that we can expect in our country. And chaos, as I've said to you before, is part of the president's strategy here.
Yeah, and I'm with you. A round of applause for Canadians for standing up for themselves, which we really felt like we were doing. Do you think this tariff pause is truly about trade? And I don't think you do. Is this part of a broader strategy then from Trump that we haven't really seen the full plan yet?
Yeah, a couple of things. I mean, this pause does give Canada a chance to put in place, obviously, all of the kinds of measures that we can look at outside of tariffs, the non kind of tariff measures. It does give us a chance to do smart procurement to put Canadians to work going ahead. But this has never been, in my opinion, about the border. It hasn't been about drugs. It's not about that. It's completely about the economy. It's about raising revenue. The president has said that before, so that he can hand out tax cuts in the United States. But also it is about keeping everybody else kind of on our toes here. And we've learned a very big lesson through this as a country, Canadians fully aware of all of that. So we're going to have to make sure that we do a reset here, because there is really no turning back. And I can guarantee you that the list of demands from the president will continue to grow, and he will do everything he can to exert whatever he can from Canada. And that's why the process that we have in place right now is very, very important.
Lana, your message to workers and Canadian unions who may feel uncertain and anxious during this pause period, because we don't seem like we're not out of the woods yet here.
No, there's no out of the woods. I've been telling our members consistently through this that this is a very big challenge for our country, and the kind of economic damage that could be done to the Canadian economy, but also to the American economy and to American workers and consumers is great. So we have to do everything we can as a union to push back. Our members have been amazing throughout this whole ordeal of the past number of weeks. And the message is starting to get through now to Americans. You are seeing headlines that are being very critical of the president, calling this a stupid trade war. Those are the things that this president will be listening to, I can guarantee you. The markets are reacting in a fashion that he would not like. So hopefully we can get to a place where we expand that dialogue in the next 30 days in the U.S. But the reality is, this isn't over. We can face 4 years of this kind of instability. He tore up a trade agreement, basically, and said, I'm not going to obey it, a deal that he negotiated. So there is a massive trust factor here, I would say, right now. And so that means we have to do everything we can to secure a more resilient economy in Canada. And that means some hard conversations within our country around how we do economic policy going forward.
Yeah, we are learning. Lana Payne is the national president of Unifor. Always appreciate your time. Thank you, Lana.
Thank you very much.